The tale of a man who shifted from a catastrophic accident to being barred from even testing his team's car is as jaw-dropping as it is rarely told. Over the years, over 400 racers have earned the coveted super license, a requisite for competing in Formula 1. While not all reached the sport's zenith, they at least had the merit of potential. Yet one unique case exists of a driver whose super license was revoked, a stark outlier in the sport's annals. In 2006, Yuji Ide wasn't widely recognized in racing circles. At 31, he was thrust into Formula 1's upper echelons by the newly established Super Aguri team, led by ex-racer Aguri Suzuki and supported by Honda. The team aimed to highlight its Japanese roots, and while Takuma Sato, a seasoned podium finisher, took the first seat, the second was designated for another Japanese driver. Ide, somewhat unexpectedly, received this opportunity. His track record was commendable but not spectacular. Ide began his career achieving regional and national wins before moving to the Japanese F3 Championship in 2000. In his first full season, he finished second with 2 victories but fell to 5th the next year without any wins. He also competed in Europe's French F3, where he placed a respectable 7th amidst a primarily French roster in 2000 to 2002. Additionally, Ide participated in esteemed events like the Pau Grand Prix and the Masters of F3, including races in Macau during his 6th year in F3. Spent a considerable time at F3, which is unusually lengthy for drivers aiming for Formula 1, where progression through the ranks typically happens more swiftly. His results were modest at best. Although he secured a win, he only managed to finish 7th in the championship. For context, his teammate Renaud Derlot, an obscure name lacking even a Wikipedia page, exceeded Ide's score by 100 points, securing a second-place finish in the standings. In 2004, Ide shifted his focus to Formula Nippon, where he claimed a victory and finished 3rd overall. The next year, he won 2 races but was outperformed by Satoshi Motomiya. Upon joining the new F1 team Super Aguri in 2006, Ide encountered several challenges. The team, eager to promote its Japanese roots, was based in the UK and had a predominantly European staff. Ide, who only spoke Japanese, struggled significantly with communication, hampering his ability to provide valuable feedback to the engineers. Super Aguri faced difficulties preparing their car for this season, and Ide's grand debut in Bahrain was preceded by only 27 meters of testing in Barcelona. Takuma Sato, proficient in English and considered the team's best prospect, was prioritized for setting up the car and resolving the pre-season issues. This relegated Ide to a secondary role even before his first race. At their debut, the car was the slowest on the grid, with Sato and Ide clocking significantly disparate times. Ide's inexperience was evident in Bahrain practice. His racing lines and mirror checking were problematic. Despite a fortuitous incident that saved him from qualifying last, his race performance was lackluster, getting lapped by the leaders by lap 11. His first pit stop was a comedy of errors, ending with a mechanic having to assist him with engaging neutral. Ide continued to struggle in subsequent races, consistently trailing behind Sato and the rest of the pack. His difficulties peaked in Melbourne during the first qualifying season when he unwittingly impeded Rubens Barrichello's lap, nearly causing an accident. This incident damaged his reputation and did not endear him to his employers or the sports leaders. His qualifying time lagged 3.3 seconds behind Sato's, prompting questions about his suitability for racing. Despite these challenges, he competed the race but finished 3 laps behind, even getting lapped by his teammate in the same car, which only added to the critique of his capabilities. But the shift from Formula 1 to Formula Nippon and then to Super GT required substantial adjustments that perhaps didn't align with Ide's racing style or capabilities. After his abrupt and dramatic exit from F1, where his skills were questioned and his super license revoked, an extremely rare and harsh penalty, Ide's confidence likely took a significant hit. This could have impacted his subsequent performances. The transition might not have allowed him to leverage the skills that once made him successful. In Formula Nippon and Super GT, different demands on driving styles, car handling, and strategic approaches are crucial, and adapting could have proved challenging for Ide. Additionally, the psychological effect of being labeled as a safety risk in F1 might have lingered, influencing his mindset and approach in later series. Despite these struggles, Ide managed to show moments of his old form, like his third place finish at Suzuka in 2007, which served as a reminder of his potential and capabilities. These moments were highlights in what became a career that never quite reached the heights that he might have hoped for after his potential promising performances in earlier racing categories. His time in GT racing, including victories and podium finishes, suggests that while he might not have adapted well to the pinnacle of motorsport, he still retained the skill and determination to compete successfully at another levels. Ida's journey through motorship, marked by highs and significant lows, illustrates how external factors and personal resilience can dramatically influence a racing career. The F1 stint, notably stressful and fraught with setbacks, likely weighed heavily on Ida's spirit and overall performance in later series. Being part of a struggling team and facing constant negative comparisons could undermine even a skilled driver's confidence and morale. Yuji Ide's motorsport journey is emblematic of a broader narrative that resonates across high-pressure competitive arenas, the crucial interplay of mental resilience, support structures, and the sheer unpredictability of circumstances. In auto racing, a domain where milliseconds can define a career, the psychological demands placed on drivers can be as intense as the physical rigors. Ida's early career promised much, showcasing his potential in lower racing formulas with commendable, if not standout, performances. However, his abrupt elevation to Formula 1 with the Super Aguri team thrust him into the spotlight under less than ideal conditions. This transition highlighted a vital aspect of competitive sports. Readiness does not solely hinge on individual readiness but also on organizational support. The Super Aguri team, passionate yet unprepared, could not have provided the finely tuned machinery or the experience, cohesive team dynamic that could have cushioned Ida's steep learning curve. His challenges in F1, particularly the incidents that led to the revocation of his super license, could have spelled the end of a lesser driver's career. Yet Ida's subsequent years in racing painted a portrait of a man unwilling to retreat into the shadows. Transitioning back to the Japanese circuits, particularly in Formula Nippon and Super GT, Ide faced a daunting task of rebuilding a tarnished reputation. Here, the story shifts, illustrating not just a struggle but a slow reclamation of confidence and skill. Despite not always being at the forefront in terms of podium finishes, Ida's persistence in the face of adversity and his occasional bursts of brilliance on the track demonstrated a commendable resilience. His third-place finish at Suzuka in 2007 and his successes in the Super GT are testaments to his enduring skill and determination. These moments were not just comebacks, they were affirmation of Ida's refusal to be defined by his failures. Ida's narrative is also a poignant reminder of the psychological battles athletes face. In the world of racing, where the roar of engines belies the isolation felt at the helm of the machine, mental fortitude is as critical as physical speed. Ida's journey underscores the impact of psychological pressures and the crucial role of a supportive environment that can either forge champions or fry nerves. The complexity of Ida's career trajectory, marked by both setbacks and moments of vindication, offers a rich tableau for understanding the dynamics of professional sports. It shows that the path to success is often nonlinear, fraught with challenges but also ripe with opportunities for redemption. Each turn in Ida's career highlights a crucial lesson in resilience, underscoring that beyond the fast cars and the fame, racing, like any sport, is profoundly human at its core.